Welcome back, Crowley ISD team. I'm Mike McFarland, your superintendent, and I'm excited to come to you today celebrating the start of a new school year. Man, the start of school year is always exciting, and it's exciting for me, even if it's a little different this year. Now, normally, we have this auditorium full of people. We have about 2,000 employees, and normally we're all here celebrating the start together. We're still celebrating this year, we're just simply not together right now. So again, we're excited about this year. We know that things will be different. We'll have virtual learning, we'll have social distancing, we'll have face masks and face coverings and all these things, and it just kind of seems a little different. But what I want to share with you today is that there are some things that we will make sure remains the same. And one thing for sure that hasn't changed is the vision that our trustees have set for our district. You know, during last year, we had a conversation and had strategic planning around what we wanted to have happen in our district as a result of our efforts. We wanted to know what would the district look like in the year 2025? And what we said collectively was that we wanted to be the top educational institution for public schools in Tarrant County by the year 2025. So the board painted this vision. They painted this vision clear for us. We work collectively as a team and community members and parents, students, and some of you to actually develop our strategic plan. And so we're so excited that we'll be starting our strategic plan in the year 2020. This will be a great year because we'll make it that way. Now let's hear from our trustees. They are providing outstanding leadership and they will guide us through the discussion, not just around our Vision 2025, but around the beliefs and the values and the goals that we think are important in order for us to achieve our vision. Again, I'm looking forward to this great year and definitely looking forward to continue to work with our board. Thank you.
Vision 2025 is Crowley ISD's strategic plan for the future. It was developed with input from hundreds of students, parents, staff, and community members. This 5-year plan begins with our beliefs, starting with, we believe a quality education is a human right, and it is an equalizer for all students.
We believe district transparency at all levels leads to community support and respect.
We believe all students deserve a voice and choice in their learning because they learn in unique ways.
We believe in meaningful relationships in the student learning community.
And we believe in educating the whole child beyond the core academics.
Vision 2025 has 3 specific goals that drive everything we do at every level in Crowley ISD.
Goal 1, all CISD students will be equipped to thrive today and in the future.
Goal 2, CISD will partner with families and the community to meet the needs of all students.
And Goal 3, CISD will empower all staff to provide a quality education for all students.
All students.
So thank you, board. And I know you all listened closely to the board and to their messages. And the reality is what you would find is that there's a common thread. There's an alignment. And through all of our goals, our mission, our vision, through all the things that we put forward as our guiding documents, the key connector is really all students. And so it's important that we hear from our students, that we ensure that we have all students and that we hear their voices. And so I'm excited this morning also to hear from our students. We asked the students, what do you need from us? What are you expecting? What are you most concerned about? And they told us, listen up.
Well, this year is my senior year, and so I'm excited about all the festivities that I will be able to enjoy. One of the things that I'm concerned about this year is how school will look in the long run. After those 4 weeks are up, I'm just kind of curious about how it would look, you know, what restrictions will be implemented. My message to the teachers this year would be to do it on purpose and be receptive to change. You know, oftentimes we refer to being in a time of a global pandemic, but I like to say that we're in a time of change. Nelson Mandela once said that education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. So I think now is the time that we can prompt change and be a part of change. I feel one thing that teachers can do to make sure me and my peers are successful this year is to show up. I know that will look differently this year, but I can say personally, it feels good to have someone show up for you, and especially when teachers do it. And so that's what I would say. Just show up and be intentional.
I am excited about learning new things, making new friends, and plus I'm going to be in middle school, so very happy about that. I am concerned about the face masks and the shields. I just really want everything to go back to normal. My message for the teachers is for them to be prepared for me, and how they do that is by getting everything ready and make sure they have fun activities and stuff, because I don't want it to be boring. I want it to be fun and make learning fun. It's gonna be okay because we can get through this, because we can fight it. We just need to stay strong and independent, it's gonna be okay.
My ultimate message to the educators this year would be that you are right for the job. I know during this time of difficulty and uncertainty, it can be hard for us to fathom the fact that you all have to teach us through a pandemic. But I feel that you should know that we need you, and we're looking to you for the optimism. We're looking to you for the hope. We're looking for you to provide that confirmation and affirmation for our future. We need you.
Wow. It's amazing what comes out of the mouth of babes. No doubt about it, those students were really clear, and they clearly articulated the reality that in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of 2020 and all the uncertainty, they still need you, and they still need us. And so as we think about this year 2020, as we think about what's happened throughout this year 2020 and what is to come, there is no doubt that 2020 will be remembered, and it will oftentimes be remembered for its challenges. You see, whether there was a global health crisis, whether it's the global health crisis, the economic downturn, or social injustice, 2020 has been tough. You see, 2020 forced us to stop our comfortable daily routines and to change everything. For some, 2020 brought forth some clarity. But for others, we had to learn a lot. You see, we had to learn social distancing. I got to be honest, I've never heard the term before March. We had to learn social distance. We had to learn how to meet virtually and how to work differently. We had to adjust our daily practice and then adjust again. You see, 2020 stole from us so many things, but it stole precious moments that we had planned to share with friends and families and our students. Personally, I had planned for 18 years to celebrate graduation for my daughter and throw a big party and just really, really celebrate. But 2020 changed that. But you know what? Those precious moments, they were stolen. But for some, 2020 meant more than just a loss of comfort and loss of celebration, loss of routines. Tragically, for some, for many of our students, for many of our family members, for many of our CISD family members, for many of our friends, 2020 represented tragic loss of life. You see, the challenges that 2020 have brought us, they are still with us. They were real, they are real, and they continue to be very real. But I want to be clear. You see, because crisis brings forward challenges, we have to acknowledge that. But also, crisis brings forward opportunities. You see, the crisis challenged us, but in Crowley ISD, 2020 may have knocked us down, but it has not knocked us out. You see, our mission remains clear. And as educators, we need you. You heard from our students. You heard them. They need you now more than they ever have. Because despite the obstacles, whether it's online, in person, we still teach. They still depend on us. They depend on us having clean facilities and nice facilities and connectivity. They depend on that now more than ever. Regardless of what role you play in our school system, they need you. They are depending on you. We are depending on you. You see, we need you educators specifically. We need you to teach those important skills like your life depended on it. Because for many of our kids, their life chances, their life opportunity does. We need you to teach those skills in math and science and reading and social studies, in art and in history, but also in athletics and also in band, in fine arts. We need you to bring your whole self, to be present. And as the young lady said, to be prepared. They need you. We also need you to lead our children in lessons about grit, about perseverance, about resilience, about operating in the face of uncertainty, about taking steps not really knowing where the end will be. You see, they need that. 2020 hasn't changed the fact that you are needed now more than ever. 2020 hasn't changed the fact that teachers have always been and always will be encouragers, dream builders, game changers, and life changers. Not even a pandemic can change the fact that that's who you are. That can't stop us. This 2020, the things that have happened will not stop us from achieving our vision, achieving our mission, achieving our goals. 2020 will not stop us from being Crowley Pride unified. It actually will help us to unify even more. You see, 2020 hasn't changed that. You matter, but your mindset matters going forward. I challenge you to help me to reframe 2020 and make this year be the year that we take advantage of the opportunity to be creative, to try new things, to make adjustments. These adjustments that we've been longing to make for a long time. We've talked for many years about every kid having a device. And in 6 months, we gave every kid a device. It took us 15 to 20 years to have the conversation, but 6 months to make it happen. You did this. 2020, understand that now is the time for us to pursue the opportunity of a lifetime during the lifetime of this opportunity. You see, the opportunity to transform a school system may not be here forever. So we have to pursue this opportunity to do things differently. There's a natural inclination for things to go back to normal. The young lady said she wanted things to be normal. We all long for the normal. But I challenge you, don't long for the normal. Let's create something new, something better, something new, something more engaging. Let's do that. You see, I implore you to recognize that 2020 has shown us that our students need us now more than ever. They need us to go above and beyond. You know, 2020 has done some other things for us too. 2020 has been a revealer of the character of our nation. It's forced us to look not outside the window for someone to solve our problems, but in the mirror for solutions. You see, 2020 has confirmed the need for us all to ask, if not you, then who? We are the ones. I am the one. You are the one. We are the ones that are charged with the responsibility to help our students be prepared to leave us with choices and opportunity. We're the ones we've been waiting for. And now is the time as educators and professionals for us to take a stand and ensure that equity and excellence is guaranteed for all of our students. We must do this, and 2020 has shown us that we can do this and that we can do it now. You see, it was in 2020 that we designed a new educational delivery system in a 2-week period. It was in 2020 that we figured out how to feed 16,000 students without a cafeteria. They didn't come to school, we went to them. We fed them every day from March 6th to the day. We continue to do that. There are things that 2020 has taught us that will make us better. And so I encourage you to look at the rest of 2020 as the opportunity to learn new ways of doing things. What we know is that what we've done in the past has simply not been good enough for all students. We have the chance of a lifetime, 2020, from August to December. What we know is that we have that opportunity to change how we do business. In Crowley ISD, if we're operating as a team, if we're operating collectively, if we're bringing our creative energies to the table, we can change how we do business. And I believe we will. I am so excited about this school year because I know what it represents. Yeah, there were challenges. Yes, there were challenges. But it also is filled with opportunities. Don't miss it. Let's operate together with pride, with personal responsibility in our daily effort, and unified around our vision. Crowley Pride, unified. Let's go. Hey, before we go, I know I said let's go, but one more thing before we go. In order for us to really get ready for the start of virtual learning, and we're having this virtual celebration with all of our employees, very similar to what happened during the quarantine. We know we had all kinds of virtual celebrations. We're having one here in Crowley ISD. So join us for the Crowley Pride Unified Virtual Back to School Staff Celebration on Friday, September the 4th at 9 a.m. I am passing the mic back to our students and our trustees for more information on how you can take part.
Campuses, we want to hear from you. This will be a live virtual event featuring fun and inspirational videos submitted by you.
It is called a Campus Video Contest. Each school can submit their own 60 seconds video in one of two categories: make us laugh or inspire us.
Showcase your school and your Crowley Pride Unified with songs, skits, or other creative performances to inspire us or to make us laugh. Because we all know laughter can be the best medicine.
Videos are due by Monday, August 31st. We'll send rules and instructions to your campus principal. Well, I won't, but someone will.
Thanks, everyone. I can't wait to see these videos. Until then, let's make the next 2 weeks of professional development and back to school events. Let's make them count. Stay safe, wear your face coverings, and social distance with Crowley Pride Unified.